The Skull Man. Written by Shotaro Ishinomori. The year is 1970. High above the night sky of the sprawling metropolis known as Tokyo, a large demonic bat monster soars above, silhouetted with a large full moon behind it. It swoops down to a large, luxurious mansion and presses his face against the window, its eyes glowing a bright yellow as it stares in hunger and longing at a young brunette in a pink negligee with white frills. Suddenly, the bat opens the window and attacks the young girl. Its hunger satiated and its fangs wet with blood, the bat flies out the open window, leaving the body of the young girl hanging from the balcony. Elsewhere, on a stretch of road, a man swerves his car to the right, nearly missing a hideous hair-covered monster. He stops the car, and the monster begins to transform into a ravenous wolf. The wolf jumps at the man, who tries to shoot at it, but to no avail. The man's throat is torn open. Time moves forward throughout the night. An alligator mutant stands atop a large mountain of boulders as it stares down at an incoming freight train. It pushes the boulders down. They hit the train and cause it to explode, killing thousands. Black, billowing smoke covers the moon as a lone human man in a black cape and white helmet with large red eyes stares at a white bottle cap-shaped building. He nimbly jumps down the rocky slope and races toward that building. He hides behind a huge boulder, just a few feet from the front gate. Suddenly, the masked man throws a rock, smashing a window, and a guard comes out, gun drawn, to see who did it. What? Who's there? Huh? Who are you? The helmeted man speaks. Hey you, guard. Open the gate. What? Suddenly, the helmeted man's eyes begin to glow a bright, deep red. I said, open. And, in a hypnotized daze, the guard opens the gate, and for his troubles, he is shot in the head by the helmeted man. Two more guards come rushing out after hearing the shot, and they too are killed. With the deed done, the helmeted man snatches a ring of keys off of one of the corpses and enters the lab. He comes upon a room where a scientist and a maintenance man are looking over some blueprints. Both notice the helmeted man enter. Huh? Who are you? What are you doing here? You gentlemen are working awfully late, wrapping up the final details on your latest invention, I see. My, how terribly diligent of you. Let me take a look at these. Hey, leave that alone! The maintenance man reaches for the blueprints, but the helmeted man sucks him in the face, and he goes flying into the door. The helmeted man unfurls the blueprints and looks them over. My, a 3D television. Excellent. If this is completed, every idiot in the world will be falling over themselves to get one like they did with the color TV. Your company stands to make a fortune. Why are you here? What kind of maniac are you? Do you really want to know? I am the Skull Man. Skull Man? Yes. I come from the land of the dead. And you two are about to become its newest residents. Skullman shoots both the maintenance man and the scientist. He then throws a bomb into the broken doorway and rushes out of the building before it explodes, all the while laughing into the night. The next day, the headlines tell of the terror that happened the night before. Fire at Mitsugata Core Research Facility. 4 dead, 1 in critical condition. Popular TV actress Ryuko Hanato murdered. Freight train accident where the secretary to the government minister is killed. Meanwhile, at the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, top law enforcement are looking over the photos of the various crime scenes. The head chief slams his hand over the newspaper. It's got to be him! The actress, the bureaucrat, the freight train, the research facility. At first glance, they seem unconnected. But there's one thing that clearly ties them together. One of the researchers in Mitsugata had played dead after he got injured. He gave the police a full statement from the hospital bed. The attacker identified himself as the Skullman. Skullman, eh? Well, the name suits him. He's like a terrifying envoy from beyond the grave. A murdering demon. We can't allow a madman like that to remain on the loose. We gotta find the bastard and put an end to his godforsaken life. Suddenly, a cop bursts through the door. Chief! Bad news! What happened? The cop shakily points to the open door as a young man walks in, carrying a body over his shoulder. One of the cops exclaims, "Hey! That body! It's Kusino!" The body is placed over the table. He died in the car on the way here. I'm sorry. Who are you, kid? Tatsuo Kagura. Not that it would mean anything to you. The head chief knows that name. Kagura. Look at Kusino's body! His throat has been ripped out! It's him again! He did that! He? Who is he? The others look at Tatsuo. No one was supposed to know this, except them. Well, I suppose you got your reasons for keeping quiet. Guess I'll just have to make an eyewitness report to the police. Where did you find this man? I didn't find him. One of my men found him on the street near my house and brought him to me. What do you mean by one of your men? I see. Kagura. I knew I had heard that name before. You must be the young boss of the Kagura clan, a Yakuza family that has controlled the Asakusa area for years. Well then, I guess my old man has made quite a name for himself. Anyway, your man there? When he was carried into my house, he was still alive, and I tried to take him to a hospital, but he insisted I bring him here. Before he died, he was babbling something like, he got me. But that's the sum total of what I know about your mystery man. So, how about it? You gonna cut me in on the action or what? You know, these days I'm getting pretty bored out of my skull. Bored? This isn't a game, you little punk! Hey, take it easy. No one is twisting your arm here. But whatever you're caught up in, sounds interesting. All right. If we come up with some use for you, we'll give you a call. Allow me to thank you again for bringing Kusino's body here. No need for thanks. Instead, I'll be waiting for your engraved invitation to join in. Ciao. And Tatsuo leaves, closing the door behind him. The head chief sits down. Put a tail on that guy, and confirm his ID. Understood, sir. The next day, the head chief meets with Tatsuo, alone this time. We checked your background, and confirmed that you're in line to inherit leadership of the Kagura clan. That's why I asked you to come in. I see. Checking people out is what you do, isn't it? We got to, when it comes to an important case like this. So, interested in joining in? Of course. Wouldn't miss it for the world. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. It's a dangerous job. It might get you killed, just like the guy you carried in here the other day. That doesn't bother you? Nah. I love a little bit of action. This golden age we're supposed to be living in is making me a little antsy. Good. Then it's decided. For all outward appearances, you'll be an ordinary member of the Tachiki Detective Agency. Usually you wouldn't be allowed to join without someone to vouch for you, but we've been short-handed for a long time now. Our manpower has been cut in half, just like Kusino. Some have been killed. Others have died of exhaustion, and the remainder are old and tired. So it's become necessary to bring in new blood, eh? Well, that works out good for me. By the way, what do you mean by a long time? 15 years. Over these past 15 years, we've been chasing a man, a child, actually, from every corner of Japan to the ends of the earth. The chief picks up a small locket from his desk and opens it. Inside is a small photo of a husband, wife, and their baby. Suddenly, a cop bursts into their office. "Chief, it happened again!" "What?" The cops rush to the scene of the crime. In a house, an elderly man lies on the floor, his throat cut open, blood congealing over the floor. The head chief looks over the body and grits his teeth. "Damn! Damn! Not again!" Later, the chief and Tatsuo are driving down the highway. A few minutes of silence is broken by Tatsuo. "Come on, Chief, talk to me. That guy I'm supposed to chase after. It's the child in the locket, isn't it?" "Yes. He's a dangerous man. Even calling him bloodthirsty wouldn't be a stretch. He gave himself the moniker of Skullman, but he's just a bloodthirsty killer. Inhuman, I tell you. In fact, he enjoys it. That man is a monster." That photo was taken when he was 3 years old. It's been 15 years since then, so he would be about 18 by now. That's amazing. That's the same age as me. Yes. That's why we're investigating every 18-year-old male in the country, from the north to the south of Japan. It's imperative that we find him. 15 years ago, we checked out 3-year-old boys. The next, 4-year-olds. Last year, we investigated 17-year-olds. What about the family? Parents, relatives, all that? There aren't any. At least, none that are recorded. However, we know something about his parents. They're already dead. And both of them were dangerously powerful people. When this Skullman was born, he inherited their power. That's why we chased him. Before something happened, before that child unleashed his monstrous power on the world, he had to be eliminated. But we were too late. As of 2 or 3 years ago, he started operating as Skullman. Something doesn't add up. You say there's a powerful maniac running loose, but I haven't heard anything about it. In a way, you have. Everyone has. The recent murder of the actress, the freight train accident, that was all him. The details are being swept under the rug. They arrive at the scene of the latest crime. A car is being pulled out of the river. Another one. Yes, that monster. But this must mean that we're getting close and Skullman must be getting nervous. Soon we'll have that miserable bastard by the throat. Later, in a secret hideout, Skullman reads the newspaper by a roaring fireplace. The headline tells of his latest handiwork. Deadly dive, a result of falling asleep at the wheel. Wave of traffic accidents continues. A traffic accident? The fools. They're still trying to hide it. Oh, well. It doesn't make a difference to me either way. Let's be off, Garo. Turns out, Skullman is not alone. A stone-faced man with black hair steps out of the shadows. Every single one of them who's connected with this filthy business shall soon be sent to hell, courtesy of the Skullman. Both of them leave their hideout and get on a nearby speedboat. Turns out, they are in the middle of a fog-covered swamp. The Skullman turns on the engine, and they head towards a large triangular building. Elsewhere, a car is parked in the middle of the forest. Suddenly, a woman screams out, "No! Stop it!" and then opens the front passenger door and runs out into the night. The boyfriend gets out and follows her. "Hey, wait! Where are you going, Emmy? Wait up!" Suddenly, Emmy screams, "Yeah!" and the boyfriend stops dead in his tracks. Emmy crawls to him. Panic and terror washes over her face. The boyfriend looks up from her and sees two figures right in front of him. Huh? What the? And out from the shadows step forth Skullman and Garo. But the true terror has just begun. By the light of the full moon, Garo transforms into a ravenous wolf and chases after the terrified couple. They do not get very far, though, as the wolf jumps and springboards off Emmy's neck with his back paws and lunges at the boyfriend, sinking his teeth into the poor man's neck. With the man dead, Skullman approaches the terrified Emmy. Young lady, I'm afraid your association with that decadent young man has sealed your fate. Garo then changes into a bat monster, lunges at Emmy, and bites into her pearl-white neck. Skullman turns his head to the right. Something has caught his attention. Hey, Tanaka! Where are you? You making out all right? The Skullman hides behind a tree, while Garo shapeshifts as he ducks into the tall grass. Tanaka's friends, a man and a woman, stop dead in their tracks as they hear rustling. Huh? What is it, babe? Just then, Garo, in his mutant alligator form, jumps out and kills them both. Skullman looks on with a sick smile on his face. Garo is certainly enjoying this. That'll do for tonight. And tomorrow, we're going on a little trip. The following night, a passenger plane flies through on its journey home, when suddenly the cockpit is attacked. Hey, what are you doing? Skullman jumps out of the plane while holding onto Garo's legs. He transforms into a bat monster as a bomb goes off on the jet and explodes in a blazing fireball amongst the inky blackness of the night. All the while, Skullman laughs as the victims rain down over the river. The next day, Tatsuo enters police headquarters. Sup? Chief wants to see you. Tatsuo enters the head office. The chief hangs up his phone and looks at him sternly. Kagura, where the hell have you been the past few days? Chief, I was down in Kansai, taking care of some business for my father. Sorry I didn't call in. So, did anything happen while I was gone? A lot happened while you were gone. 2 couples were killed in the woods and a passenger plane crashed. I read about the plane crash, but didn't they say the cause was unknown? Skullman is definitely behind it. How do you know that? As for those couples in the woods, anyone could have murdered them. What makes you think it was our man? I don't think, I know. I'm sure of it. All of those incidents are directly connected. At any rate, there's no time to lose. We have to nab Skullman, so quit dawdling. Get out there and get some leads. You got it, boss. As Tatsuo leaves the building and gets into his car, he thinks to himself, looks like we're reaching the grand finale, and drives off. Minutes later, he reaches a grand house. Somberly, he enters and meets with the 2 most important people in his life. Mother? Father? What is it, Tatsuo? Something wrong? You never address us this formally. No, nothing's wrong. I just need to go on a little trip. A trip? Yeah, it's for that company I'm working at. Will you be gone long? Don't know yet. I'll see you later. The mother and father look worried. They stay silent, however, and see him off to his car. all the mother could say is, "Be careful." And Tatsuo drives off. Mom, Dad, goodbye. And thank you for raising me for all these years. The drive continues. Tatsuo notices that he has been followed by helicopters for a couple of miles now. He smirks, knowing what's coming next. Minutes later, he is on his jet ski, heading back to his hideout in the swamp. He reaches the door, and Garo opens it immediately. "Garo, they're on their way! Do things just as we planned! It all ends here! Tonight, I'm bringing down the curtain." Soon, an army of speedboats, each carrying a horde of police officers, descend upon the hideout and surround the area. The head chief is among the cops and speaks into his megaphone. "Come on out, Tatsuo! We know you're the Skull Man!" They are greeted with nothing but silence. The cops are wondering if they should just burst in, when suddenly, one of them is attacked by Garo in his wolf form. Garo begins killing the others in his sight. "There he is! Over there!" The cops start chasing after Garo and firing at him, but Garo changes into his alligator form and barrels through them. The cops give chase again. "It's getting away! Over there!" The chief is about to join them, but stops when he realizes he has a gun pressed against his back. "Don't make a move, Chief. Now, move forward into the woods." When did you... So, you managed to figure out that Tatsuo Kagura was actually the Skull Man. I have to say, I'm impressed. I knew there was something fishy about you from the start, so I took you on at the agency. It was to keep you close while I checked you out. When you left the office a few days ago, we went to your home for a more thorough investigation. That's where I met your parents, or, more accurately, your adoptive parents. They didn't want to talk at first, but in the end, they told me the truth. 15 years ago, a young man appeared with a small boy. The man became a member of the Kagura clan, while the boy was adopted by the senior Kagura and his wife, who had no kids of their own. Damn it, you were right under our nose for 15 years! But now it's finally over. We got you. I don't know if you showed up to our door hoping to find something or what, but the minute you gave yourself away, your luck ran out. Hey, that's my line, Pops. You are correct, though. There is something I want to know. And you're going to tell me. Why else would I go to the effort of using myself as bait and leading you on this merry chase? The chief sees his chance. He tries to reach for Tatsuo's gun as he continues to gloat. However, Tatsuo is too fast and knocks the chief to the ground. Don't waste your energy, old man. Damn it! Damn it! I've spent 15 years of my life trying to track you down! Don't feel too bad. I've been busy with my own plans for 15 years. Your own plans? Tatsuo dons the helmet. He truly has become the Skull Man. Yes, I've been chasing my own prey. Now, tell me or I shoot. Who was it that ordered you to find me? Give me a name. Where is he? I don't know. I don't know anything. I just got my orders via a phone call. Liar! You know, don't you? The eyes on Skullman's helmet glow a bright, eerie red. Give me the name of the person who murdered my parents and tried to have me killed. Beads of sweat run down the chief's face as he desperately tries to fight back against the hypnotic gaze. I already know he's a big fish. He owns corporations all over Japan and pulls the strings of the political and financial world. The only things I don't have are his name and his whereabouts. But I know you do. So, give me his name. The chief's eyes glaze over. He has lost the fight and gives a name. Chitose. His name is Chitose. Silence soon follows his confession, and then a gunshot. The chief has joined the land of the dead. Soon, Garo in his wolf form meets with Skullman. Good news. I finally know who it is. Let's go, Garo. We end this tonight. The final stage is set. A windy night at the palatial mansion of one Chitose Kogetsu. With a large and luxurious backyard, a beautiful, pale-skinned girl opens the sliding door, with Chitose himself right behind her. Maya, what's wrong? Why are you opening the door? Aren't you cold? Or are you waiting for someone? Indeed she is. For right in front of the door, Skullman and Garo the Wolf walk towards them, staring cold amidst the howling wind. Once Skullman is inches away from them, he speaks. You. Is it really you? Huh? What are you? I am the Skullman. Don't tell me you don't know me, Chitose Kogetsu. You're the man who killed my mother and father 15 years ago! Chitose is shocked at this revelation. So, it's you then. You finally come. It seems you've been expecting me. Well, that's only natural. For the past 3 years, I've made a bloodbath out of the people connected to you. All just to strike terror in your heart. You killed all those innocent people. You monster! If I'm a monster, then what are you? Godzilla? And as for all those innocent people, don't make me laugh. Their labor kept you rich and powerful. You hide in the shadows and control the world. Political parties, bankers, corporations, even religious organizations. Do you dare deny it? You manipulated TV stations, newspapers, the police, railroads, all these things that your people benefited from. Your TV stations that rot people's minds and whose president keeps a popular actress as his mistress. The juvenile delinquent son of a banker. The corrupt members of the government who waste taxpayer money on overseas vacations and smuggle contraband goods back when they return. The bodyguard of the minister who is carrying illegal weapons. The company that produced military armaments that have killed thousands of people. And the cargo freighters that housed those armaments. Are you saying that the people who dirty their hands with these jobs are innocent? Well, you naive fool. If you plan to kill everyone that has the slightest bit of connection with me, then you'll have to kill every single person in Japan. That's fine. I'll kill them all. I've got plenty of time. But first, I'll start with you and your granddaughter. Skullman flips his cape back and pulls the gun from his holster. He is about to fire, but stops when he hears a voice in his head. Wait! Stop! Don't shoot grandfather! Don't do it, big brother! What? Yes, grandfather did indeed kill your parents, but there was a reason for it. So please, don't shoot. No, it cannot be. You and I are siblings? Then that means Chitose is...
I see. Maya spoke to you through telepathy. I suppose I will have to tell you the whole story, Tatsuo. Your father, my only son, was an extraordinary man. Genius was not an adequate word to describe him. He was smarter than a genius, a true wonderkin. In fact, I would label him a mutant, a neo-human, if you will. For he was born with physical prowess and intellect many times greater than any ordinary human. Moreover, the woman he married, your mother, was much the same. From them you came into this world. They began to perform some terrible experiments, projects so heinous it seemed they sought to destroy humanity itself. The world wasn't ready for these neo-humans, these monsters. If they were allowed to continue, I feared that it would bring about the end of the human race. I made up my mind once your sister Maya was born. I murdered them both. You, however, had escaped, rescued by the shape-shifting creature that was bioengineered by your parents. The man who killed my parents is my grandfather, and I am the child of those monsters?
Yes, it is true, brother. But grandfather couldn't bring himself to kill me or you. He searched for you for so long. He wanted to bring you home before you did something horrible.
Come, Maya.
But grandfather, I said come! Chitose begins to drag Maya away from the Skullman and Garo, who stare in disbelief at all that they have been told. Suddenly, steel walls sprout from the ground, trapping Garo and Skullman inside. Tiny nozzles line the walls, on the inside and the outside. And not a second sooner after they have been trapped, a geyser of flames begins shooting out of them, engulfing not only Skullman and Garo, but Chitose, Maya, and the entire mansion as well.
Tatsuo. Time for all of us to die together. We were born in the wrong era.
And thus ends our story.